Not here, so let's get going. All right, let's go. What did you got? Yes.
Coach, you ever been on a shopping spree like you've had in the last couple of weeks? And if you could just talk about the difference with the transfer portal mentality this year versus previous.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's being measured in terms of what you're trying to do relative to where you are in the program. And, you know, we needed more time to develop younger players in our program. They needed opportunity before we went in and brought in, you know, a number of veteran players, quite frankly. And the timing wasn't right. We needed to do a little bit of work just to compete in the SEC, which we did. But now it's time to roster build. We've got a great young nucleus in our football program. The foundation is solid, and the timing's right for us now to add to that. And those that have moved on, we wish them the best. And now we feel like we've put ourselves in a position with the change in the roster that we're going to be able to put together an SEC championship roster.
We were talking to Garrett and Witt yesterday, and they told us that they've been sitting in on some of those dinners with some of these transfer portal recruits. Just as a coach, when you see that level of buy-in from some of your veteran leaders, just what does that tell you about their mindset and just what they want this season to be next year? Well,
they came back to win a championship. You know, so this works both ways, right? I mean, they want to win a championship, and they want to improve their individual, you know, stock, if you will, relative to the next stage in their career as well. So it works on both ends. And, you know, many of the guys that are making the decision to come here, you know, they see that, right? They see that this is an opportunity for them to develop and help themselves and also play for a championship. And that's the momentum that we've built here for retention of our current players and those that have decided to come here.
Hey, is Garrett having to be careful at all with the shoulder, or is he completely over that?
No, he's been good. I mean, the first couple of days we were, you know, mindful of how many throws, but he's been back to his normal self in his practice and leading and throwing and, you know, back to a normal kind of practice routine.
Will you go over 12 with the portal additions? You had said 12 a couple of weeks ago, and have you exceeded?
It's likely. Own? It's likely that we'll. What do we have? 3, 6, 9. I think we're listing right now 3, 6, 9. We're listing 10. It's going to probably be closer to the 15 number before it's all said and done.
Have you exceeded your own hopes?
No, we had a pretty clear plan in terms of where we wanted to be. I think we probably, you know, we probably got there quicker, you know, earlier. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, you know, because again, you have 5 days after your last game. Even though the portal closes on the 28th, you still have those 5 days after your last game. So, you know, we thought that this would be longer, and it still might. You know, there's some teams that are still playing that, you know, guys have yet to make decisions, you know. So this could go a little bit longer for us as well.
Coach, with Nick Anderson, how important was it to get sort of that bigger outside receiver for your room and potential spot at the X?
Yeah, so that certainly was a position that, you know, from a profile standpoint, Koki, we were looking for somebody that matched that profile. You know, we felt like, you know, we had hit it with all the others that had that kind of speed and athleticism. We were looking for somebody specific, just like that profile that he possesses.
Coach, now that you've gotten a couple of bowl practices under your belt with your team now, where do you see them, especially with the guys that are having to step up into bigger roles? And do you feel that energy that they're not taking this game lightly at all?
Oh, yeah. The morale's been great. every guy that's out there wants to be out there. It's not one of those, and I've been in some of them where it's like, you're just trying to keep everybody motivated to be out there. The practices have been lively. The guys are excited about preparing, and they want the right outcome. So they know they have to prepare the right way. So it's been fun for me as a coach, and I know our coaches have been excited about just the mindset of the group, going out there. Yeah, we've got some first-time starters in this game. There's no doubt, and they'll be, you'll see that at times. But this is a group that wants to go out there and compete, and they'll compete hard.
With Trey-Dez, is he getting work at tight end during these bowl
Yes,
practices?
he is.
And I guess what does the development look like for him at that position, if that's something y'all want to explore?
Probably the inline blocking is probably the biggest thing, and I think that's probably the area that I think we're most impressed with, his want to and willingness to go in there and do some of the tough jobs. And so pretty excited about what he's doing and how he's doing and his demeanor, because that's an easy job to kind of turn down, if you will, and he's been great.
With Mansour Deline,
Yeah.
I believe that's how you pronounce it. How important was it sort of add a guy who can not only play corner but can also help you guys out at safety a little bit? Like, how do you sort of envision his versatility within his defense?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think all of these decisions that have been made, have been ones that we saw versatility, and clearly, that's a position, the corner, safety, nickel position, that we wanted to find somebody that had some versatility. We think he's an outstanding corner, and as a standalone, we would be happy if he just played corner, but having that versatility makes him even more attractive for us. So, he was a guy that was well sought after because of that, and so it required us to be very aggressive, and we were aggressive, and we're excited that he's going to be with us.
Coach, a couple of guys looking past the bowl game, Jawan Johnson and Javian Toviano, Kalaj Cobbins. If you could give us a little update on where you think those guys are headed.
Yeah, I mean, Jawan is going to continue to be at the running back position through the bowl game, and then we'll sit down and decide where he fits best for us, and that'll be a conversation that I have with him and his family. But we love him. I mean, he's so versatile. He can do so many things. He's got a great attitude. Kalaj continues to make progress at the defensive end position. He's a young player. He was redshirted, so he's got 4 seasons of competition. Patience is a word that doesn't resonate very well today in our society, but there needs to be a little bit of patience there. But he's coming along, and he's doing great. We love him. And the third one, we moved him to safety, and we're really pleased. No, he's a half safety. Yeah, he's a half safety. Yeah, he's moved back to the half position, and he's. We're really pleased with him at that position. He's got corner skills, playing the safety position. He's excited. He's happy. He's getting first-team reps there, and couldn't be more happy with the work we're getting from him.
I guess I got 2 for you, and I'll follow that up real quick. So, is there a path that Javian stays at that half safety position?
Yeah, he's staying.
Going forward?
Yeah, moving forward. We've already had the discussion with him, and he's excited about playing there, and we're excited about his presence there. He gives us a really good tackler, which he was at the cornerback position. He's athletic, can play the number 2 receiver. That's his position moving forward, and moving to the next level.
And then back to the transfer portal, if I may. I know you guys have already addressed some needs that you feel like you had, but what do you feel like is left, staff-wise, what do you feel like is left for you guys to go out and add?
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to I think you're going to see some things here in the next 24 hours that are going to break that I can't talk about right now, but are done on our end, and will break here in the next 24 hours. and then there'll be some more work on the offensive line, and maybe on the back end of our defense.
Coach, I don't think we've talked to you since you announced the $1 million match. Just what kind of response have you seen from that from your perspective, and how has that helped you guys with the transfer portal and recruiting?
The response has been what we were hoping for. I think from a fan perspective, and when I say fan, I mean a grassroots support, not our huge donors. Our donors have stepped up as well, but I mean, our fans, those that come to see the games, those that follow LSU football, whether it's been $5, $50, or $500, we're seeing those kinds of contributions that we hadn't seen in the past, and it's put us in a position where we can be aggressive on anybody that comes into the portal, and that simply wasn't the case before. So I'm not saying that this particular match did that, but I think it really sent a message to everybody that this is where we are today, and if we want to be where we all want to be in terms of putting our roster together, we all have to step up, and it started with me, and I think our fan base responded equally. Thank you.
Coach?
Yes.
All right. I only get invited when we have presents, so here we go. Our first Christmas present from the media, Mr. Glenn West will present to you.